Hi, I'm Hannah, and in this edition of Friday 5, I'm going to be giving you some top tips on how you can create effective content that will better target your audience. First impressions count, so you want to think about how you can create a headline that puts your content above the rest. You want it to be creative and snappy, but your headline needs to make it clear exactly what your content is about. There's no point in creating a funny or clever headline if it doesn't make sense to the topic at hand. Think about exactly what your audience is looking for and make your headline clear and concise so they can be sure that you're giving them the content they need. Loud, exciting headlines can be great and are often effective, but they're even better when perfectly paired with an equally exciting piece of content. When it comes to words, you sometimes need to be ruthless. I know. As writers, this isn't what we're used to, but content that is too wordy can be overwhelming and it doesn't do what you need it to. Don't waffle. The best way to avoid doing this is by structuring your content in a way that puts your most important points first. After all, they're the main reason that you're writing the content. Data suggests that you've only got around 7 seconds to grab and keep the attention of your audience, so what you say in that time is vital. Top-end journalists often talk about the inverted triangle model. What this model does is puts your most important points in first and then goes on into more detail in later paragraphs. Get the good stuff out there first and the rest will come with it. Online content can come across very differently than other medias such as newspapers and magazines. When looking on a computer screen or mobile, large chunks of text can look intimidating. Generally, when users are looking for informational content online, they want to get that information as quickly as possible. Hit them with large, scary chunks of text and you could lose your audience and increase your bounce rate. Think about ways you can break up your content without taking away from the message it's putting across. Use shorter, snappier paragraphs. Subheadings are a great way of splitting up your content into easy-to-read sections. They're also what readers look out for when looking for a particular point that applies to them in the content. For example, if you're writing a piece on the different types of personal loans, your readers are going to scroll through the subheadings so they can look out for the particular loan that they're interested in. So, subheadings help make your content more readable and they help you help your audience find exactly what they need. You're not writing for robots. Use your content to address your audience on a human level. People buy from people. They want to engage with who they're buying from, and for those people to talk to them in a language that they understand. Always think about who your audience is. If you're writing for a highly technical audience, then it's appropriate to use terminology that applies to them and their sector. But this doesn't work for everyone else. Avoid using jargon that will confuse your audience. If you have to use particular wording for the content to make sense, keep it to a minimum and explain it to your audience in a way that isn't patronising. The more human you make your content, the more people it will draw in. In many cases, it's not what you sell, but the way that you sell it. Make your content represent the warmth and positivity you want to radiate to your audience. That's what will keep them your audience long term. Your content needs to build trust. If your audience don't trust in what you're saying, you don't really have an audience. Not only is trust incredibly important as part of Google's search results, it's also what makes your customers say yes to what you're offering them. Don't make bold claims that you can't back up later on. Doing this will ruin your reputation, and you want people to feel comfortable coming to you for your goods or services. Everything you offer needs to be available to your audience as soon as they seek it out, so make sure you can walk the walk as much as you talk the talk. Never hide important details. If you put it in the small print or right at the bottom of the page, your customers will likely miss it and blame you for it later on. Make it clear what you can offer them from the off, and they'll remember you for your honesty later on. That's all from me. We've got loads more information on things that might be useful to you over on our blog. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.